Welcome, urban dwellers. Today we're embarking on a journey to transform waste into treasure with the help of our friend Wally, the friendly earthworm. Wally is no ordinary worm. He's a master at turning everyday kitchen scraps into dark, rich compost, a true garden gold. Wally embodies the spirit of composting, a natural process that helps us reduce waste and give back to the earth. As city folks, we may not have sprawling backyards, but that doesn't mean we can't compost. In fact, it's even more crucial for us to do so. Every apple core, coffee ground and leafy green we compost is one less item ending up in a landfill. Wally will be our guide, showing us the ropes and helping us understand the hows and whys of composting. So are you ready to dig in and learn the art of composting with Wally? Follow us. Composting may seem complicated, but Wally is here to break it down for you. Imagine your kitchen scraps, coffee grounds and yard waste. It might not look like much, but in the right conditions they can transform into something truly magical. Composting is like a symphony where every player has a part to play. Your apple cores, your eggshells, your carrot tops, they're the musicians ready to create a masterpiece. But what's a symphony without a conductor? Enter the earthworms and microorganisms. They're the maestros, guiding the decomposition process. These tiny creatures munch on your kitchen scraps, breaking them down into smaller pieces. They're the unsung heroes of the compost pile, working tirelessly to create nutrient-rich compost. Now, let's talk about what you can compost. Fruit and vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, eggshells, yard waste, and even paper and cardboard can all be composted. However, avoid composting meat, dairy, and oily foods as they can attract pests and create unpleasant smells. Remember, a healthy compost pile is all about balance. You need a mix of green materials for nitrogen, like fruit and vegetable scraps, and brown materials for carbon, like leaves or shredded paper. The composting process happens in stages. It starts with the mesophilic phase, where microorganisms begin to break down the organic material, generating heat. Then comes the thermophilic phase, where the compost pile can reach temperatures of up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. This heat helps to kill off pathogens and weed seeds, making the compost safe for use in your garden. Finally, the compost pile cools down and enters the maturation phase. This is where the magic really happens. The compost becomes dark and crumbly, full of nutrients that plants love. It's like a 5-star meal for your garden, packed with everything your plants need to grow strong and healthy. And voila! With a little time and effort, your kitchen scraps have transformed into rich, nutrient-dense compost that your plants will love. Now that you've learned the composting process with Wally, it's your turn to make a difference. By composting, you're not just reducing landfill waste, you're also enhancing the health of our soils, creating a natural fertilizer that's rich in nutrients. We're talking about turning your everyday kitchen scraps into a lush, thriving garden. But don't just take our word for it. Meet some urban dwellers who've successfully jumped on the composting bandwagon. From apartments to rooftops, they've turned their waste into garden gold, proving that composting is possible even in the smallest of spaces. So, are you ready to turn your waste into garden gold? Start your composting journey today and share your experiences with us using the hashtag #compost with SkylineSprouts. Together we can make a bigger impact. Happy composting.